Stay begins to become stable as one of his arms became non-functional. Roz had no choice but to comply. Derek was the sole person capable of rescuing him from these waters. They attempted to repair the motor as well, yet it proved utterly ineffective. Consequently, they had nothing but the ocean winds to progress. Every day she takes out the locket from the neck of her mother's corpse and wears it. Seeing this in his memory, Daria says that I gave this locket to your mother, but every day I knew that he was lying because this log of his mom was very old, which was a mini from Derek a few days ago. Now it continues like this for 2 days, but the direct one day gets very angry. I started talking to her because according to the map, she was not at her destination but going far away from it. Seeing the director angry, she goes to her room every day and becomes silent. He also took a gun in his hand. When she came out in the morning to check, the dairy was sitting in the corner. Disappointed, she starts looking around herself every day where she saw an island and she did not even ask Derek towards the island. The boat turns, but they could not get to the shore through this boat. Therefore, they have to go there through small installments. Derek also wanted to go to the island, so he used to ride the raft only wearing it. Because he didn't have a hand job, he needed it every day. She could not rely on him every day to drive the paddle, but there was compulsion, so she also quietly comes to the raft. When she was burning the paddle, a part of the paddle opened and fell into the water because it was new for every day. So she goes to the sea to take the paddle, but she could not swim, so she started drowning, and she was also wearing a life jacket. He was telling her directly from the rough how she could take off the life jacket. When she sank a little, fear jumps into the sea and brings the same slogan. Every day he stopped breathing. So that's why I settled him, because she was beautiful and you aren't anymore, but you are human, right? So daughter, right, one day my boss was very angry and directly told me that he only likes beautiful girls like you, who spread rumors, and he used to sell them. And yes, about me, I started enjoying these bad deeds very much. Like robbing people. I robbed my boss too. He came to take his money from me that day. The pandemic stories made Roz uncontrollable. She punches Dari down, then takes out a gun from his deck and aims it at him to threaten him. But Dari was not afraid of her. He taunts her saying, "You can't even tie a rope. I got free, so what will you do?" Roz gets furious, pulls the trigger. The gun doesn't fire because it was empty. Seeing this, Dari jumps at her and knocks her down. Somehow, Roz manages to escape and find Dari's house. She runs towards the forest quickly. Dari says, "You've crossed the line and now you must die." With a gun in hand, he chases her into the forest where Roz is running. All night they pursued. At dawn, Roz devised an escape strategy, yet as Dari glimpsed her from an elevated position, he commenced firing. A projectile struck her limb. Dari tumbled from the elevated spot too. He didn't die but was badly injured, and Roz left him there and reached the raft. She quickly boards the boat, but the boat also starts sinking slowly. So Roz starts throwing things out. She had to leave her mother's body in the sea too, but still it sank and she had to come back to the raft. She was crying a lot. For 2 days she stayed in the sea. One day she sees a ship and signals it with a flare gun. Observing the flare's illumination, they arrived to extract Roz and welcomed her aboard their vessel. They offered her nourishment. Though bearing arms, she discerned that her rescuers might have ill intentions. Threatens to kill him, but Direct was still not afraid of him. He tells her that you can't get a rope. I became free from where what will hit me gets angry at him every day as if he pulls the trigger. The bullet does not work because the gun was a gardener and the director got a chance. He pounced on it. As soon as she falls down, she somehow frees herself and runs away. And the dairy finds a house. He runs into the forest every day. Carrie says, "Now you have gone too far, so you must die." That gun... He runs after her in the forest. Where Roz was running, Derek was lying behind him and just kept going all night. In the morning, Roz makes a plan that I should take a raft and go to the father from here. But Derek, who was standing on high places, starts firing bullets as soon as he sees Roz. A bullet is also shot in the leg every day. Fellow Derek also falls from a high place. He did not die, but he was badly injured and left him to die like this every day. Then she quickly goes into the boat, but now slowly the boat also starts sinking. So brother starts throwing things out every day. Then she had to leave her mother's body in the sea, but still nothing sank, and she had to come back to the raft every day, but she is crying a lot. He stayed at sea for 2 days. One day he sees a kayak, then with the help of a floor gun, they saw the light of the flare, but she came at night to save the day and took it into her boat. They give her something to eat, but those people also had weapons, which she realized that these people who saved my life are not good people, because then she sees a girl who was drunk and she was being taken somewhere. Now make an excuse to bathe every day. The content makes its way into the correspondence. It was identical to what those uninformed individuals experienced. The individuals engaged in human trafficking only encounter their leader. Any person arriving aboard this vessel who has a preference for attractive young women devises a strategy, makes daily preparations, and approaches the boss. She attempts to entangle him in her personal matters. Once the boss is engrossed in their conversation, a long-range learner assails him routinely. She fiercely assaults him and ultimately ends his existence. And the cycle continues day after day.